Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Red Sea podcast. Welcome back to another game recap, and welcome back to another finals recap as game two happened last night of the Greek Basket League finals. And of course, it didn't really go great now, did it? There is a lot that we need to talk about on and off the court, but I do expect for it to be a bit condensed because of all the chaos that's going on, because of everything that's been happening, and genuinely because we can't really enjoy proper basketball and talk about proper basketball in this atmosphere now, can we? Someone brought up an amazing point, and genuinely, I couldn't agree more. The difference between the entirety of the Final Four and these finals when it comes to toxic behavior, announcements, and judgment and stuff is insane. And that sadly doesn't just take the joy away from what probably is the second best derby in European basketball, quality wise. Again, debatable, I know. But it's not the fact that just doesn't take, that just rips the joy from watching such a quality game. It also just makes the league itself look like even more of a joke than it is. It's a true shame, really, that we have to deal with this year in and year out when it comes to the finals. But sadly, we have to live with it. And the content hasn't been hello. Glad to have you back. Glad to have you back, man. But yeah, content hasn't been scarce, per se. And I really don't want to touch on the whole thing. I really want to avoid it as much as possible because for those of you that know, for those of you that don't, Olympiacos, for me at least, represents something unifying, something just more than a club, to steal a quote from the Catalonians. And I really want to try my best to keep a healthy balance in this platform between it being informative and between it being a safe space. I want conversations to happen. I want to be corrected. I want to be wrong. I want to teach people. I want to be taught stuff. I want this platform, no matter what, to remain as fun interaction. No matter how big we get, no matter the chaos that happens, I want it to remain as fun interaction. And I always try my best to keep it like that. So, I kind of want to be a bit matter of fact with everything. I want to be a bit, just as I said, I want the whole just posting video after video to be a bit more condensed Olympiacos is going after someone who arguably is the most toxic owner in European basketball. For me, our responses as a club are justified. As much as I am against this whole thing, like you can't just let stuff go, let stuff be posted and answered. You need to respond, you need to react somehow. And Pana are just proving that they really don't care whether they win or lose. They really don't care about what happens. Their main reason, apparently, for going on is hating on Barzokas. I am never gonna fully understand this obsession. I'm never gonna fully grasp onto how much media warfare this man has endured, and I'm never gonna grasp on how much they hate him because he's truly one of us. And it's very ironic because, of course, you did see a video. We all saw a video that was posted less than an hour ago, if I'm not mistaken, about everything that the evil man Barzokas has done. I think even for you guys that are listening, you felt the eye roll just happened. And it is very, very ironic because the video shows nothing. The video is half things that every coach in the EuroLeague has done, and half of a whole lot of nothing. And I keep insisting on the true irony of the video because you can easily, and on one hand I hope they do, you can easily make the same and a much worse video about their coach. Mind you, a coach that has gone on a live television and called Olympiacos fans, you know what? It's that bad that if I say it, I risk the video get taken down or flagged. But you all know what I'm talking about. A coach that doesn't go a singular game without complaining about the referees, win or lose, mind you, and the coach that, according to the owner, so unrightfully gets suspended, while there was a whole meme of him creating a defensive system where he's part of it due to how much he's on the court. And then you have all the death wishes, cancer wishes, and everything like that from, again, you know who. So it's ironic. And it's a bit of a life issue to not just take a look in the mirror first before you go ahead and talk about anybody. And mind you, Panathinaikos won yesterday. And rightfully so as well. Like Pana played better. They wanted the game more. I don't want to know what would have happened if Pana lost yesterday's game. And if no questions come in, I really want to leave the off-court stuff at that. And again, you all can freely disagree with me. I know there's a few Pana fans that have respect for me as I do for them. So they can gladly, and they know that I'm very open for conversation. Anyone and everyone can comment, message me and stuff like that. As long as you can hold a 5-minute human conversation, which is somehow very rare these days. But now, again, the perfect segue, perfect comment. Getting into the game, we just didn't show up. It's as simple as that. And again, I'm going to go on a bit of a fun rant later. But we just didn't show up. And the main thing that has been troubling the team is the severe absence of this year's most improved player, Tyler Dorsey. Tyler's injury has created a bit of a domino effect. And again, that wasn't solely the reason of why we lost game 2, but that's affected a lot in this team. Tyler's absence was loud on game 1 as well, despite us ultimately being the better team and winning. But Tyler was, is, and will continue to be a basketball necessity. The energy and the unpredictability he brings, especially attacking-wise, even though he's been amazing defensively as well this season, don't get me wrong, but especially attacking-wise, especially shot-wise, is insane. And I think the biggest way that we've seen that is from how we start games. There's a reason that Tyler got called Mr. First Quarter this season, as he was putting up some MVP numbers in some games in that first quarter. But we've not been starting games that strong. We've missed a lot of open shots. And ultimately, those are shots that Tyler would make. So he's been a very loud absence, in my opinion. He's been a very loud absence. And an effect that the comment very rightfully points out is the fatigue of Evan Fournier. Evan that once again played 35 minutes, playing with no true backup, having to completely shift tactics. Still, mind you, Evan was our best player. Evan put up a very, very near triple-double of 15, 7, and 7, as he was honestly the sole reason for the majority of the game for us keeping up. And that's not shameful to say. Like, the man played his heart off. But having to take major decisions constantly, having to be there for the entire game, every second, both ends, will lead to mistakes and will lead to fatigue, which Evan has. That's another reason why the absence of Tyler has been so loud. Because despite Evan leading this team, despite Evan setting the example and being our best player, there's no one to back him up in his position, in his true position. And as much as they clash when they're on the court together, the chemistry that was found between them, especially towards late season onwards, with one on the court and one off, was flawless. So that's been disrupted, which ultimately translates into our performances. And again, perfect segue. Another massive mistake, and perhaps the biggest mishap of Coach V, was the risk that he took. Taking, of course, Tyson Ward and Tyreek Jones out to put in Frank Ntilikina and Donta Hall. When the change got announced, I was a bit iffy. Again, following comments mean no disrespect to either of them, especially Donta, who has been unbelievable this season. And some people sadly seem to have a very short memory sometimes. I didn't really think that these games would fit either of them. I think Tyreek is the perfect man to get a majority of time after Nico Milutinov, of course, due to the athleticism that he brings on both ends and the quote-unquote strength of his game. The explosiveness that Donta brings showed yesterday. He was our second best player in the end, especially for third quarter and onwards, especially in the second half. But still, it just didn't fit him that much. Holy voice crack, by the way. But yeah, just didn't fit him that much. And Frank Ntilikina, very sadly, did nothing. Frank barely played and got completely shut down this game. Which, as subpar as Tyson was in the first game, that didn't happen. Going back to the recap of game one, I said that I really truly believe that Tyson is gonna work on that Tyson is gonna show up crucially, like he has many times this season, and I will stand on that ground. I'll stand on that ground for game three, and I'll go as far as to say that Tyson Ward and Tariq Jones, given they play, will be some of the main reasons, along with probably Evan Fournier, that the atmosphere will be unbelievable on Monday. I really truly believe that we'll see a safe vault on Monday and that the team will be supported deservingly so. But for those two, along with the others, as I said, they know how to hype up a crowd, especially Tyson. Tyson loves playing. And that's the simplest thing. Tyson loves playing, which translates into the game. I think coach realized that simply didn't work, and I think he'll revert back to the list of game one. And I am very, very confident about both of them, giving us something that we missed on game two. I think yesterday we didn't have a good system either in defense or offense. Got a lot of free throws and we didn't play our game. Or more importantly, the systems didn't work. I agree, first of all. Secondly, I will kind of quote Coach Barzokas once again on this in his post-game comments. He simply said that we didn't play our basketball. Like you said, like the comments said. We were nervy. We were rushing decisions. Again, we couldn't make open shots. Our passing just seemingly didn't work. And especially offensively, I'm not going to go as far as to say the defense was awful, because ultimately we kept them to 68 points. But we had arguably our worst offensive performance of the season, scoring just 58. When, mind you, on a normal night, this score would probably be 68 to like 82. And the biggest problem is the phrase that I used at the start. We didn't show up. We didn't play our basketball. The team didn't play like it's the JPL finals. The team didn't play like they should when the league title is on the line. That doesn't take away from anything. And I'm sorry, but I don't know how we've reverted back to the social media civil war of the team suddenly being useless and everything like that. Like, again, I didn't expect I'd have to make this rant after we've won the EuroLeague, but so be it. Criticism is needed because Olympiacos losing both domestic titles is a nightmare, even if we won the EuroLeague. But going ahead and demolishing everything because of our first loss, again, two categories after that sentence. Because of our first loss, ever since Valencia in the EuroLeague, and because of our first loss in the B Center now, after God knows how long. It's insane to me. It's insane how blurry the line of just criticizing the team for the betterment of it and just nullifying everything that's happened up to now and going completely nuclear because one loss is to some people. I'm glad the majority is on the right side in actually criticizing the performance and hoping for better. But for the vocal minority that's on the side of just going nuclear, please be a bit patient. Just a bit. I'm certain the team will show up. I really am certain the team that we've seen throughout the entire season will show up on Monday and just completely wipe the floor. It's one loss. It's a bad loss. I agree with all of you, but it's a loss. It's a loss of mismanagement. It's a loss of fatigue, and it's a loss of wrong mentality. The team can fix all of those. And I truly believe that we won't, in the good way, of course, that we won't recognize the Olympiacos that we'll see on Monday. I really, truly, wholeheartedly believe that. And yeah, exactly. As a comment, of course, saying, of course, I won't criticize Coach B. I always criticize with respect, especially when it comes to the best great basketball coach. Yeah, it's criticism should be thrown out, especially after losses like this, with the will to discuss, with respect, and purely because of the love for the team and the necessity of winning. Because again, it's the main thing that I pointed out on social. They're doing themselves injustice. They are. It's not the fact that they can't. We are talking about the crowned best team in Europe. It's the fact that they're not playing to their 100%. Again, that can be fatigue, injuries, and everything in between, which is fair. But that's not an excuse when it comes to the JBL finals. And again, I adore this team. You all know it. And you all adore this team. But I think we all agree that they need to figure it out. They need to figure it out. They need to show up. And they need to absolutely just play true Olympiacos basketball on Monday. They need to. They deserve to. They deserve this title. They need to play like that. Of course, it's not really worth it focusing on just individual performances. I did shout out Evan Fournier, not the whole, but no one else showed up like they should. But I'm sure that on Monday or Tuesday, after Game 3, we'll have a lot of praise to throw these teams away. But yeah, it's honestly as simple as that when it comes to the game. It's a loss that we need to take as a wake-up call. as a learning moment and bounce off it even better than before. Stay behind this team again. They deserve it. Don't become like them. And I really, truly, and wholeheartedly believe that GBL title will be red and white by the end of the season. I wholeheartedly believe that. But yeah, honestly, that's about it. I don't know if there is anything else to catch up on when it comes to the basketball. I am preparing that season recap for the Erasitechni that I told you all about. I just decided to wait until everything is done. Of course, we have two Final Fours left. The water polo. There is scout reports coming your way. I don't know if those will be live or recorded. I will probably update you all on the socials. Of course, socials are on the link below. I hope you all enjoyed. Your support has been insane through all the hardships and everything that I've been on a personal level through this past 2.5 years. You've all been right there. And I truly am very, very honored and very, very lucky to already have a community like you. We have a lot upcoming. We have a lot in plans and in ideas. And I can't wait for you all to see everything. But for now, as always, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.